Meteorologists around the country are in agreement that the 2024 Atlantic Basin hurricane season will likely be an active one.
We're expecting to see La Nina developing in the eastern Pacific by the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season. It tends to favor more activity in the Atlantic. We're also seeing record warm ocean temperatures in the Atlantic.
Hurricane season officially begins on June 1st, involving a collaborative effort between NOAA's National Hurricane Center and hurricane hunters, along with the U.S. Air Force. Their fleet includes 2 P-3 Orions, 10 C-130s, and a high-altitude Gulfstream. The P-3 investigates tropical activity at lower altitudes than you might expect.
We're generally targeting somewhere between 8,000 and 12,000 feet. With 10,000 feet being the sweet spot, that's a really nice place for us to be because it enables us to avoid the worst of the low-level turbulence that's going to come with these storms, but also avoid all the ice and hail that comes from those upper atmospheric altitudes.
Despite latest advancements in weather technology, NOAA hurricane hunters have to fly planes like this P-3 Orion, also known as Kermit, in and out of the eye of the storm to really understand the dynamics of what's happening.
We're going to target at least 3 passes through the eye, sometimes as many as 10 in a single 8-hour mission.
While in flight, multiple biodegradable instruments called drop-wind sondes are dropped from the aircraft to collect critical data inside the storm.
Parachute is deployed when it leaves the aircraft, and the sensor automatically begins detecting pressure, temperature, humidity, and through a telemetry card inside, it determines wind speed and wind direction. That information is radioed back to the aircraft 4 times a second.
The storm kind of changes as it evolves constantly as we're flying through the storm. So sometimes it might be a fairly smooth ride and there's not a whole lot of turbulence going on in there. And then sometimes it might be like getting on the most rickety old wooden roller coaster you've ever been on.
Turbulence in the air can lead to dangerous conditions on the ground as well, so it's wise to take action at home now.
Now is the time to prepare. You don't want to have to be scrambling to prepare your evacuation plan or your home preparedness plan in the face of a storm that might be developing and affecting you just within 2 or 3 days.
There are simple steps that you can take. Check if your home is in a storm surge evacuation zone. Create a communication plan for your family. Begin assembling your emergency kit. With ocean temperatures already warm, being ready for quickly intensifying storms is crucial.
The strongest hurricanes that have ever hit the United States, the Category 5s, the high-end Category 4s, all were tropical storms or less 3 days before landfall.
Remember, every storm is different, some worse than others, but it's always better to be safe than sorry.
There may be times where you have to take action 3, 4 times, and you may not get hit. You may not get those very worst conditions at your location. But that's the price we pay for living in hurricane-prone areas.
For the latest information on storms, preparedness tips, and more, visit hurricanes.gov.